Hello everybody. Alright, I'm going to teach you guys how to use the program Audacity for your projects. You're going to first need to make a file or a folder that you can access easily with your name on it, and you're going to need to have your projects, music that you found, royalty-free music with your files saved as MP3s inside that folder there. You're going to also need to have your segments that you've recorded as WAV files saved into your segments folder, and I'll show you why you need to have these folders set up before you go, before you start mixing your podcast all together. So let's go first to have a look for the program that we'll be using. So I'm on a Mac, you will be on a PC, so it might look a little bit different, and you're looking for this icon here, and it will open it up into a new project. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you first, I'm going to record my outro for my podcast. I've already recorded my intro, and that is saved in my podcast folder in my segments section. So as you all save and record your segments, you can put them all into this file, and your group leader or the person who has been delegated to, be responsible for the file sharing will have everyone's segments on there together that you can edit. So going back into the program, this is what it looks like. It's pretty basic when you get started. There's a few controls I want to show you. The first one is obviously the big red circle, that is record, and that you just press that and off you go. This one here, you can start monitoring your microphone volume if you just click that microphone up there. And you can see that as long as it's in the green, it's fairly good. So my recording at the moment is at a good volume. If I was talking really loudly, see, it went to red there. You don't want that because it will compromise the quality of your podcast. So just make sure that it is at this midway level when you're talking. You can change that by lowering this dial here. So it makes it a lot it keeps the sound quality just at the right volume. And then your speaker playback volume you can change there when you're editing and things like that. So the first few things you need to check, I'm using my built-in microphone. You're most likely going to be using your plug-in microphone, the plug-in microphones that I bought for the school. So you need to change that, and it will have a little option there for you to select. I'm going to record in mono. It just makes the files a lot smaller and compressed easier, and it's just easier in this program to save them as one. It doesn't really matter too much, but that's just got to do with quality, and that's all really you need to know. So I'm going to record my outro for you. Alright, so that's been my super educational podcast. You're so welcome for all of the knowledge that I have shared with you this day. I'm really looking forward to seeing your podcast come to life, and yeah, well done. Congratulations, you have made it. I'm going to press stop once I've finished recording that, and I can scroll back or zoom out if I want to look at the whole file. That's my sound file there. And if I want to listen to it, I just, it's got quick play, so I just press. Alright, so that's been my super educational podcast. You're so welcome for all of the knowledge that I have shared with you this day. I'm really looking forward to seeing your podcast come to life, and yeah, well done. Congratulations, you have made it. Something I want to show you really quickly is if you had an area, you can see here, I forgot what I was talking about. If you just have your select tool, which is this one here, I'll talk about what these are in a minute. Your select tool, this one, you just click in the grey box and you drag. That's selected there. I can just press delete, or I can go up here and press edit and cut. And when I come back to play that, alright, so that's been my super educational podcast. You're so sorry. Just go back and just skip to that part. How listen to life, and Yeah, well done. Congratulations, you have made it. Anyway, hard to see there, but it has cut that part out that I didn't want. So if there is a part where you stuff up, you just keep pressing here. Congratulations, you have made it. Congratulations, you have made it. So I might not want that part at the end, so I just select it and then I press delete. Okay, so it can be anywhere in your file. If you've made a mistake, you just go back, you listen, you highlight the selection that you want to get rid of, and then you just press your delete button. I'm going to name this here. I'm going to call this the intro, and I'll press OK. And everything else here should be fine. Okay, so what I need to do now is I need to file and I need to export the audio, and I need to call this the outro. And I'm going to save it. You can save it as a number of things. I'm just going to save it here as the WAV file 32-bit because the MP3 will change that at the end. You have to get an add-in and it's very complicated with this software. So we're just going to stick with the WAV files for this part of your project. So then you need to press save. Don't have to worry about that. Okay, and I'll just double check that it's gone to the right spot. Okay, so now I've got my intro and my outro that I've saved as the .wav extension. Alright, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to open Audacity again, and I'm just going to close everything so as though it's a new project. Just press new, close that one, and then I'm just going to save new. Okay, so new project, and this is where I need to now press import, and I'm going to import my first music. So find your podcast folder, go to your music folder inside of your podcast folder. This is why you need to be organized before you start. And I'm going to choose one of these songs that I've picked. I can't remember what any of them are, so I'll just go with this one. That's why I need to label them. And I'm going to call this my intro music. And I might use a couple of other tracks along the way. So as you can see, what I'm going to do is this goes for 2 minutes and 15 seconds. Obviously, I don't want it going full ball the whole time. But before I change that, I'm going to show you a couple of these keys up here. So this one here is called the envelope button, and you can see it highlights blue and blue. I'm going to click 2 little spots there and there, and then I'm going to lower the volume. Now you can see this curve is the fade, so that's going to slowly fade out to minimal music in the background while I'm talking. So I'm just going to play this and we'll see how it sounds. Okay, not bad. You can keep playing around with your fades, cutting it, taking it back a little bit. It's a bit abrupt at the start, so I'm just going to lower that volume there. So I'll just listen to that again. And that's okay. It still is a bit loud when I'm going to talk. So I'm just going to leave that for now. I'm going to go back to my select tool. I'm going to click down in this grey box here, and I'm going to go File, Import Audio again. And now I'm going to find my podcast folder. I'm going to find my segment, click my intro, open. We're going to make a copy of the files. Thank you for telling us. Okay, so now I've got my music up here and I've got my intro. My intro cannot start at the same time as that music. So what I need to do is press the select tool, click here. I'm going to zoom in so I can see a little bit better. Now I'm going to click down onto this. It highlights it in yellow. And I'm going to click here. And what I'm going to do is use this tool here, which is I can't remember what it's called. I think it's just dragging, essentially. It drags the file over to start where I want it to start. So I want it to start when the music has lowered. So I'll go back up to here. We'll just test it first. Hi everyone, this is Miss Allen, your TAS teacher. We're going to sit down together and we are going to figure out how to make this podcast together using Audacity, and looking forward to seeing what you all come up with. Okay, so that's okay. I think the music in this section here is still too loud, so I'm going to go back to my envelope tool and hello. Press stop. If you don't press stop, it won't let you edit. So if you're having trouble, make sure you just go back to the yellow. Okay, and I'm just going to reduce that volume even more because it's just a little bit loud. Okay, let's see how we go. I don't want as much music at the start, so I'm just going to move that one. Select tool, select that. Move this back a little bit closer. Okay, let's try that. Hi everyone, this is Miss Allen, your TAS teacher. Just be sure that if you're worried about not it starting at the right spot, that you're on the 0, 0. That's the very start. So if you want a full picture of what it sounds like, make sure you go back to 0, 0. Otherwise, you can just click the few seconds that you're working on at that point. But I just want to listen to this. Hi everyone, this is... And I think I need to move my voice to come in a little bit sooner. So stop. Moving that. I'm going to move that back. Let's try it from the very start again. Hi everyone, this is Miss Allen, your TAS teacher. We're going to sit down together and we are going to figure out how to make this podcast together using Audacity, and looking forward to seeing what you all come up with. Not bad. I still think the music here, stop envelope, is too loud, so I'm really going to minimize that. And one last thing I have to do, select my tool, select there, press the intro again. You need to select there and then go to effect, and we need to compress that file. So I'm just going to click on, where are we? The compressor, and I'm going to just leave the settings as they are. You can preview if you would like to. I'm just going to press OK. You see the waveforms change a little bit there. So let's go here and we'll see how it sounds. Start. Hi everyone, this is Miss Allen, your TAS teacher. Okay, good. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add my next file, which is my outro. You will have many more segments in between here, as you'll have depending on the number of people in your group. So I'm just going to quickly go to import audio, my outro, press open, make a copy. Okay, now I'm going to zoom out so I can see my whole, so I can see my whole project here. Okay, so same deal, name, if it's not named, just change the name so you don't get confused. My select tool is here. I'm going to change the tracker tool, and I'm going to bring all of this over to where my, actually, I'll show you guys something else. So in between segments, it's good to maybe make the music loud again. So I'm going to go back to my select tool in this top where my voice ends for the intro, and I'm going to press the envelope tool, and I'm going to press here, and I'm going to press here, and that's going to be my fade back in, okay, to the music. And then I'm going to press here, and I'm going to fade it back out to where the next segment starts. So I'll just show you, I'm starting at 15 seconds and looking forward to seeing what you all come up with. Alright, So that's been my super educational podcast. You're so welcome.